This meeting is being cablecast by Area 58 Community Access Media, Channel 15. And this is the Planning Board meeting of February 9th, 2016. If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, tonight we have a public hearing on the proposed zoning article for the April 2016 town meeting to include utility standards for stormwater control and fire suppression systems in the zoning bylaw. Marlene, do you have anything to say to us about this?
So this was the article we put together in December, and you voted to send it to the warrant.
Okay.
So now that it's on the warrant, you have to hold a public hearing where if anyone wants to come and speak to you about it, take their testimony, and then close the hearing and vote either recommend it as printed, you can change it, you can amend it, or you can vote to not recommend it to town meeting.
All right. Well, first we'll open this up to the public, if there's any public comment. And seeing no one here except for the video crew, I guess...
Technically, we're public.
You are part of the public, yes. If you have no comments, though. All right. And then we already agreed to approve this to go to town meeting. So you want us to, so we need a vote to approve, to go, to recommend.
I recommend that you close the hearing first and
Okay.
then vote to recommend it as printed to town meeting.
Okay, I need a motion to close the
Motion to
public
close
hearing.
the public hearing.
Second that.
Have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous, the three of us. And
We have another motion to send this to annual town meeting as written.
Second that.
those in favor?
Aye.
So these will go on to town meeting. And were recommended by, recommended by the three of us.
Okay?
So that's the first thing we have tonight. The second thing we have is a discussion of a letter dated January 19th, 2016 from the Attorney General's office regarding an open meeting law complaint and release of the executive session minutes of September 1st, 2015. Marlene.
So, I think everybody received a copy of this letter, and the Office of the Attorney General did find a couple of violations of the open meeting law, and this is in respect to an September 1st executive session meeting. Now, they found that the reason for the executive session was valid. So it was okay that you went into executive session, but there were some technicalities as how you got there that they are talking to you about in this letter, and that we can talk about more, and you can ask questions about if you want to. But pretty much, the posting was not specific enough for the meeting because it did not identify the location of the property, and they are also warning you they're warning you to be careful about acronyms. So the acronym pilot was used in the posting without explaining the meaning of that as payment in lieu of taxes. So that's another thing they're warning you to just, be careful about your acronyms. And then the last point was there's a very specific, almost scripted procedure that the board needs to follow to go into and come out of executive session. And it has to be within an open session. And they're talking about how, in this letter, they talk about how the meeting wasn't opened in public, and then the roll call vote to be taken to enter into an executive session, and then the roll call vote to come out of executive session, you have to go back into regular public session and then adjourn that meeting. So in the future, these are just things for us to keep in mind to make sure that, you know, we don't do them again. And especially for the procedural steps of getting into and out of executive session correctly, those are something that I can prepare for you, so you have almost a checklist of all of those steps, because someone who might be here observing the meeting has to be able to see what happens beforehand and then after that period of time. So that was the third issue. But the reason for the discussion was valid. They did not find that to be a violation. They do want you to vote to release the minutes from the September 1st meeting. I've included those in your package tonight. So if you want to vote to release those.
It's only those two. I wasn't here.
Okay. So we can't. So actually, we can't vote to release those tonight.
Okay.
But we can put those on a future agenda to be released.
All right.
When okay, so it was just you, Chad, that was not here. So when your other board members are here, then I'll put those back on the agenda to have those made public.
Because we'll have to have 3 here at least.
Yes.
That were there at the time. Okay.
Yeah. So do you have any questions about the letter or anything in there that you?
No, we just have to be careful that we don't do that again. It was sort of an unusual circumstance. Generally, we do something like that, you know, at the end of a meeting, we go into executive session. This particular time, we did just have an executive session meeting without having a usual nightly meeting, so.
Okay, yeah.
So just make sure we don't do that again.
Okay.
Anybody else have any thoughts about that?
Seems pretty straightforward.
Okay, so, I mean, obviously, if something comes to mind, let me know, and we can talk about it.
All right, on other business tonight, we have planning board member notes. Does anybody have anything to discuss? Chad, do you have anything?
No.
Jim?
We're going to be putting together another golf tournament to raise money for a Zach Kane scholarship that's going to be given out at the high school. The tournament's going to be May 21st on a Saturday at Bay Point Club. So any golfers that would like to participate, or if you want to donate raffle prizes or sponsor a hole, you can just get in touch with me. Thanks.
Great, thank you, Jim.
What day was that again, Chad?
May 21st. Weekend before Memorial Day weekend.
Next is the minutes of January 26th, 2016. So, we can't vote on these either because Chad wasn't here.
Oh, no, Chad
No,
was
was it?
there. Yep,
You were? Oh,
but Jim wasn't.
oh Jim was there.
Next time.
All right. So we'll have to put that on hold.
I'm gonna have to have a spreadsheet of you guys.
Yeah. Correspondence, if any.
And you have no correspondence tonight.
Boy. Well, then we'll talk about next meeting, which will be March 1st. We've rescheduled.
Right, so you would usually be meeting February 27th, but you actually had two pieces of business come in, another solar farm and a petitioner's article for town meeting. And they came in after the deadline had passed for me to send the ad to the newspaper. So I couldn't properly advertise them for the 27th, but I was able to get the ad sent for March 1st. So again, that's a night, you're not usually scheduled. So I'd recommend we just plan on meeting down here in this room.
Okay. On March 1st.
Yes.
All right, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
The motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion second, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.